Subscribe my channel and press bell icon to get all notification.
Hello students, today we are going to discuss next type of inheritance which is pleiotropy. What is pleiotropy? Let's discuss. It's very important concept that you need to understand. Pleiotropy is a condition in which one gene can control more than one phenotypic expressions. Here we are saying that one gene can control more than one phenotypic expressions or more than one phenotypic characters, then this condition is known as pleiotropy. So we can write a definition that one gene is controlling more than one phenotypic expression. What does it mean? इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि यहाँ पे एक ही जीन एक कैरेक्टर तो कंट्रोल करेगा ही करेगा, साथ में इट विल कंट्रोल वन अनदर कैरेक्टर आल्सो or more than two also. We are writing here more than one character is controlled by a gene. That condition is known as pleiotropy. This pleiotropy can be explained in different organisms by different examples. So first we will write the name of the examples which we are going to study, and then we will discuss all these examples in the detail. This pleiotropy can be explained in the cases of human. We can study pleiotropy in human. We can study pleiotropy in pea plant also. Another example is Drosophila, which is also known as fruit fly. Drosophila is known as fruit fly and it's a very important organism which is used in the genetic experiments. बहुत ज़्यादा use होता है genetic experiments के अंदर. Next example could be the cotton plant. Cotton plant. So these are some example in which we can study the pleiotropy. In the case of pleiotropy, the gene which is showing more than two phenotypic expression, in this condition, this gene has two effects. इस gene के दो effect होंगे. The first effect would be its major effect. एक effect जो होगा वो कहलाएगा major effect, जो कि बहुत आसानी से identify होगा. It would be known as major effect. And the another expression that it is controlling, it will known as secondary effect. So we can say that in each example we will see that the two phenotypic expressions are controlled by a single gene, in which one phenotypic expression, one phenotypic character will be known as the major effect of this particular gene, and the another character will be known as the secondary effect of this gene. So two type of expression will be shown by major effect or secondary effect. So let's start with this example now. Human. If we talk about the pleiotropy in the case of human, here we can study the pleiotropy with different examples. Like in the case of human, we can say that human has many in the humans we can study many types of diseases which are related with this pleiotropy. Like example, अगर हम बात करें the first example in the case of human, we are discussing human. In the case of human, we can see the disease sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is a disease, and this disease is an example of pleiotropy. Another example which we can study is the phenylketonuria. Phenylketonuria. This is another disease which is also studied under this topic, pleiotropy. And cystic fibrosis is also another example. We will take these two examples in detail so that we can easily understand what is pleiotropy. So let's start with the sickle cell anemia. Let's see how sickle cell anemia show the pleiotropy. Now let's start with sickle cell anemia. This sickle cell anemia is an autosomal recessive disorder. Autosomal recessive we call when this disease is related with autosomes. This is not a sex-linked disease, it's a autosomes related disease, so that the chances of this disease is 50-50%. Means this disease can affect male and female both, because it's not related with sex chromosome, it's related with autosomes. That's why it is known as autosomal. And recessive is expressed in the condition when the genes are present or the alleles are present in the recessive condition. Then this disease is caused. So this is autosomal recessive disorder, and this disease is caused due to the changes of the structure of the hemoglobin and defective structure of the hemoglobin and the structure of or the shape of the RBC. So here we can write that this sickle cell anemia the genes which are responsible here, that is the gene HBA, it's a normal gene, and this HBS is the defective gene which can cause the sickle cell anemia disease. Now this genes has two effects. हमने यहाँ पे बात की थी कि in the pleiotropic the gene show will two more than two phenotypic expression. तो यहाँ पे कौन से दो phenotypic expression जो है वो control होंगे by the single gene. The first phenotypic expression that was shown by this HBA gene or by these sickle cell genes. The first effect that is the structure of hemoglobin. Structure of hemoglobin is controlled by the same gene, and this another thing that is the shape of RBCs. These two characters are controlled by the same gene. That is the same gene, the HBA, is also controlling the structure of hemoglobin, and it's also controlling the shape of RBC. Now let's see what happens during this disease. इस disease में होता क्या है? In this disease, when this disease is a disease which is caused due to the point mutation into the structure, into the HB or hemoglobin. Hemoglobin में point mutation होता है. In the case of human hemoglobin, we have 4 amino acids chain, out of which the 2 are alpha chains and 2 are the beta chains. In the structure of hemoglobin, we have 2 alpha chains and 2 beta chains. In this, the one beta chain, एक beta chain के अंदर यहाँ पे changes होते हैं. The amino acid of one beta chains get muted. यहाँ पे mutation cause होगा, and this mutation is the point mutation. The mutation which causes at a single amino acid, that is we call it point mutation. Single एक gene पे अगर mutation होगा, then we call it point mutation. So here the point mutation occurs, and due to this point mutation, the beta chain जो होगी, beta chain की 6th position पे, the 6th position, the glutamic acid which is formed earlier, it gets changed and now it start forming valine. This is the change which occurred into the sickle cell anemia due to the point mutation. The beta chain of hemoglobin at its 6th position, it gets changed. Earlier it was synthesizing the glutamic acid into the normal condition. जब glutamic acid का synthesis हो रहा है, then we call it normal. This is a normal hemoglobin in which at the 6th position of beta chain the glutamic acid is present. But at the in the point mutation condition, this glutamic acid is get converted into the valine, or it will start forming valine. This is a mutated structure. So what happens after this changes? Now the structure of hemoglobin gets changed. The structure of hemoglobin gets changed, and the shape of RBCs is also get changed. RBCs in the normal human being, the RBCs is a biconcave structure. The structure of RBCs is somewhat like this. It has biconcave structure. RBC normal RBC की structure जो होती है वो biconcave होती है. But due to this point mutation, due to this sickle cell anemia disease, the structure of this RBCs gets changed and it become the sickle shaped structure. जो RBC की structure होती है, it will become sickle shaped. And due to this sickle shaped structure of RBC, now RBCs is not able to carry the proper oxygen. Here we are taking the example of pleiotropic, where we are saying that one gene is controlling more than 2 characters. दो कैरेक्टर यहाँ पे कौन से कंट्रोल हुए? फर्स्ट इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन एंड सेकंड द शेप ऑफ आरबीसीज. सो वी कैन से दैट व्हेन द पॉइंट म्यूटेशन अकर, द शेप ऑफ द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ एचबीस गेट चेंज. स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो चेंज हो गई है. अर्लियर इट वाज फॉर्मिंग ग्लूटामिक एसिड, बट नाउ इट स्टार्ट फॉर्मिंग वेलाइन. सो वी कैन से द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन गेट चेंज. इट बिकम डिफेक्टिव हीमोग्लोबिन. हीमोग्लोबिन जो है आरबीसी के अंदर, दिस इज द हीमोग्लोबिन, इट विल बिकम डिफेक्टिव हीमोग्लोबिन. And another thing, another change which will occur in this condition, that is the shape of RBC. The shape of RBCs also gets changed. It changed from its biconvex structure, biconvex structure to sickle shaped structure. ये जो structure होती है sickle shaped structure होती है, and that's why this disease is known as sickle cell anemia. This type of RBCs, when they present into any particular vein and it is carrying blood, जब किसी भी blood vessel के अंदर अगर ये sickle cell RBCs present होती हैं, and this blood vessels has to carry the blood to the any tissue, तो वहाँ पे ये tissues तक proper oxygen provide नहीं कर पाती, and due to this the tissues has some problem, some condition, critical condition, complications यहाँ पे tissues के अंदर generate हो जाती हैं. So this is about the sickle cell disease. अगर हम इसकी जीनोटाइप के बारे में बात करें, द जीनोटाइप ऑफ दिस डिजीज इज HB. This gene is HBA. This is the normal gene. When this gene come into the homozygous condition, homozygous dominant condition में आएगा, then we call it HBA or HBA. This is homozygous dominant condition. In this condition, when both the genes are at AA, so this type of person will be normal person. इस condition में जो sickle cell anemia disease होगी नहीं होगी. This is a normal condition. That this kind of condition is not present. This person is normal person. Second genotype which could be present here, that is HBA, will come with the another gene that is defective or sickle cell gene, that is HBS. This kind of person has the sickle cell anemia, but it can survive. यहाँ पे ये एक dominant gene present and one is the recessive gene. So this dominant gene will form the normal hemoglobin and it's responsible for the normal biconvex structure of RBCs. And this gene, these alleles of the gene will form the defective hemoglobin. But overall reaction that way the person can survive. But it will face some conditions due to the any physical activities, the oxygen supply will be less. तो इस तरीके की कुछ problems हो सकती हैं, but otherwise this kind of person can survive. It's defective, it's diseased person, but it can survive. In the third condition, when HBS or HBS, both of these alleles are present into the recessive condition, then this kind of condition is known as, this is the actual condition where the disease occurs, and this type of person is not able to survive. They are not able to survive due to the condition where the RBCs are not able to transport the oxygen, so how they can be survived? So this is not possible condition. So here we discuss the genotype. HBA is the normal genotype where the person has no problem related with sickle cell anemia. But when the genotype become HBA and HBS, the 50% hemoglobin is the normal, 50% hemoglobin is defective. But HBS and HBS condition is the critical condition where the disease occur and the person is not able to survive. Now here, one important thing is to understand that nature provides such type of organism, such type of defective genes to a chance of some overcome to some another problems also. यहाँ पे हम एक चीज देखते हैं, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग चीज है कि जब भी इस तरीके के डिफेक्टिव एलील्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं पॉपुलेशन के अंदर, तो नेचर उन्हें कोई ना कोई एक पॉजिटिव बहुत सारे केसेस में देखने को मिला है. नॉट इन ऑल केसेस, वी डोंट नो द ऑल द डिटेल्स ऑफ इन ऑल केसेस, बट वी नो very well in some cases. Like in this case, what happens in such kind of condition where the person has HBA or HBS condition where the some genes are defective genes, allelic जो कुछ allele जो defective allele है जिसमें sickle cell structure present रहेगी. इस तरीके की जो organism होते हैं, जो human होते हैं, these humans are resistant to malaria. The malaria parasite is not able to cross this RBCs. इन RBCs को invade नहीं कर सकता, इन्हें cross नहीं कर सकता. That's why this type of organism which has the heterozygous for this condition, for this sickle cell condition, they are resistant to malaria parasite. So this is a benefit given by the nature for such kind of defective allelic condition. So this is about the sickle cell anemia. We will discuss this sickle cell anemia in more detail when we will discuss the genetic disorder. उस टाइम पे भी हम इसे दोबारा फिर से अच्छे से देखेंगे. So यहाँ पे हमें पता होना चाहिए the structure of HB has two chains, 2 alpha and 2 beta. The defects occur only one beta chain at its 6th position of amino acid. 6th position का जो amino acid होगा, it gets changed from glutamic acid to valine. That's why this disease occur. So this is about sickle cell anemia. The another example in the case of human is the phenylketonuria or PKU. So let's start with phenylketonuria. So let's start with phenylketonuria. This is another metabolic disorder, genetic metabolic disorder related with human, and this disease is also example of pleiotropy. So let's see what happens here. In this kind of disease here, this disease is controlled by the gene in allelic form. To allelic form, this is the capital P, which is the normal allele, and this is the small p, which is the defective allele. In the normal condition, this capital P, this normal allele will form an enzyme, and the name of the enzyme is phenylalanine hydroxylase. This is the enzyme which is formed by the normal gene, normal allele, and this enzyme is responsible for the conversion of this phenylalanine into the tyrosine. You know that phenylalanine is an amino acid. Phenylalanine is an amino acid, and in this disease the level of phenylalanine is increased. phenylalanine का जो लेवल होता है वो ह्यूमन बॉडी में इंक्रीज हो जाता है. दिस डिजीज इज नॉन एज phenylketonuria, and reason is that the enzyme phenylalanine hydroxylase is present in normal condition. This enzyme converts phenylalanine into the tyrosine, and this tyrosine is used for different activities. Like this tyrosine is responsible for the formation of many hormones. Like आगे हम देखेंगे मेलानिन का सिंथेसिस भी करेगा, पिगमेंटेशन से रिलेटेड होगा. तो this tyrosine has many effects. This is used for many metabolic activities. But when this gene is present into its defective condition, जब defective condition में present होगा, at this condition, this enzyme, the phenylalanine hydroxylase, is not get synthesized. The synthesis of this enzyme is not happened into the allelic condition when the defective gene is present. इस condition में phenylalanine hydroxylase enzyme का synthesis नहीं होगा. जब ये enzyme नहीं बन रहा है, at that time then phenylalanine is not get converted into the tyrosine. तो tyrosine के अंदर conversion नहीं होगा phenylalanine का, and due to this condition the level of this phenylalanine increased into the blood. phenylalanine का level जो है increase हो जाएगा blood के अंदर, and this condition is known as disease phenylketonuria. So the effects, अब अगर हम बात करें effects की, here also the two effects will shown by this gene. यहाँ पे भी ये gene two effects show कर रहा है. The two effects that were shown by during this defective condition, when this enzyme is not formed, the tyrosine is not synthesized, then two effects will be shown. The first is the mental retardation. phenylalanine नहीं convert हो रहा है tyrosine के अंदर. जब tyrosine is नहीं बन रहा, it's not synthesized, tyrosine is not synthesized, then what are the effects are shown? कौन से हमें यहाँ पे effects show होंगे? First is the mental retardation, and the second effect is pigmentation. Here this mental retardation will be the major effect of this gene, and the pigmentation will be the secondary effect of this gene. We have already discussed that in the pleiotropy each gene has two effects. One is the major effect and another is the secondary effect. Here the major effect is the mental retardation. When the tyrosine is not formed, the child who is suffering from this disease, who has this allelic condition, this type of child is not able to synthesize tyrosine, and it will face the mental retardation. Second effect, the secondary effect जो होगा, that is the pigmentation. Here the melanin is not get synthesized due to the absence of tyrosine, and the child get pigmented. यहाँ पे pigmentation show होगा, and this pigmentation is the secondary effect of this gene. So this is about the phenylketonuria, in which the amino acid phenylalanine level is increased into the body, and it's a disease related. It's also a metabolic disorder. So here we discuss the pleiotropy in the case of human with two examples. First, sickle cell anemia. Second, phenylketonuria. In sickle cell anemia, we shown two effects. First, the change the structure of hemoglobin, and second, the change in the shape of the RBC, where the change in the structure of hemoglobin is the major effect, and the change the shape of RBC is the secondary effect of this gene. Here also we have seen two effects. First, mental retardation. Second, pigmentation. Mental retardation is the major effect, and pigmentation is the secondary effect of this gene. So this is about pleiotropy in human. Now let's discuss a little in this pleiotropy in some another organisms also. Now another example of pleiotropy is pea plant, that is Pisum sativum. That is also very important example. It's very famous experimental object in the case of genetic experiments, pea plant. In the case of pea plants, here the gene B is present. The gene B is present, and this gene B is also present into the two allelic form. Gene allele B dominant, that is the normal, and B, that is the defective gene. Recessive condition है, and is a defective gene small b. This gene B also control two phenotypic expressions. यहाँ पे भी हमें दो expression show होंगे by single gene. That's why we are calling it pleiotropy. First is the The first one is the shape or with the seed shape. The first expression is the seed shape, and second expression that was also controlled by the same gene B, that is the size of starch grain. Size of starch grain. Now let's see what happens in this condition. When this gene come into the normal condition, the normal BB gene, when this condition arises into the pea plant, at this condition, the plant will form the large size grains. जो starch grain का size होगा, the starch grain size will be large. Starch grain size will be the large in this condition when the normal BB or dominating condition of BB will be present here. Starch grain size will be large, and at maturity when it forms the seed, the shape of the seed will be the round. So seed will be round. It will form round seed. The another condition which can be possible here, that in the BB condition, when the defective genes or these genes allele BB comes together, at this condition the starch grain size will be small. इस कंडीशन में जो स्टार्च ग्रेन का साइज होगा वो हो जाएगा स्मॉल. इट विल नॉट फॉर्म द लार्ज साइज, इट विल फॉर्म द स्मॉल साइज स्टार्च ग्रेन, and at maturity this type of plants will form the seed, and the seed will be wrinkled seed. Seed shape जो होगी वो होगी wrinkled. So here we can see that two types of phenotypic expressions were controlled by the single gene. That gene is B, is controlling the starch grain size, and it also controlling the seed shape also. So these two phenotypic characters controlled by single gene is example of pleiotropy. Here let's see one more important thing. When this BB is crossed with the BB, जब हम इस BB को इस B के साथ यानी normal and defective gene, when they cross together, we will get the condition that is heterozygous condition BB. One is the capital B and another one is the small b. Here now let's see what happened in this condition. This type of offsprings or this type of plants formed here, we'll see that the starch grain size will be not large and not small. It will be intermediate. यहाँ पे starch grain जो size हमें मिलेगा वो मिलेगा intermediate. So we can say that this is also showing another type of inheritance, or that is incomplete dominance. Here BB is a condition where heterozygous condition arises, and in this heterozygous condition one dominant gene, it's not showing its effect completely. That अगर ये completely show करता तो हमें यहाँ पे large size के starch grain show होते, but it's not showing completely. So in this condition we will get the intermediate size of starch grain. Intermediate size of starch grain. Starch grain का जो size होगा वो intermediate हो जाएगा. So we can say that it also show incomplete dominance. But when we come on to the seed shape, the seed shape is the round. In this condition, the seed shape is round. This shows the dominance. So law of dominance is applied here, but it also shows incomplete dominance. And these two characters which are controlled by the same type of gene is an example of pleiotropy. So we can see different type, there are many things in the single example. This is about the pea plant. Pleiotropy can be explained in the case of Drosophila also. Let's see what is the example of. This is the example of pleiotropy in Drosophila. In the Drosophila, the recessive gene for the vestigial wings are also affected. यहाँ पे एक ही gene है recessive gene जो vestigial organ के लिए है. It also affects some another phenotypes also. Tiny wings like balancers behind the wings. It also affects the presence of tiny wings like balancers behind the wings. And it also affects the structure of reproductive organs, and it also affects the egg production. Egg production get reduced. So these are some another example of the pleiotropy which is shown into the Drosophila, where the single gene is controlling many effects or many characters. That is pleiotropy in Drosophila. Now let's take the example of cotton plant also. Pleiotropy in cotton plant. In cotton plant, the single gene which is responsible for the length of cotton, it also influences the height of the plant. It get influenced by the same gene. It also influences the size of the ball. It also influences the number of ovules that is formed inside the seed and the viability of seed. So these are some characters which are controlled by the single gene. That we already said that in pleiotropy, a gene controls more than one phenotypic character. Then this condition is known as pleiotropy. So I hope now it will be very easy or very convenient for you to understand the pleiotropy. In the next video, we'll discuss about some another topic of this chapter. So keep watching, keep studying, and keep learning.